You perch on a rickety tripod in a shadowy chamber, choking on sweet toxic gas seeping from a crack in the earth. Your body trembles as you mutter cryptic words, believed to be Apollo's voice, deciding the fate of kings and empires. One wrong prophecy could spark a war or topple a city. Your life as a Pythia at Delphi's oracle is no myth, it's a high-stakes reality. Would you dare wield such power, knowing each trance could be your last? You're the Pythia, the star priestess at the temple of Apollo in Delphi, chosen to channel the voice of Apollo, the god of prophecy and wisdom. Your words aren't just talk, they're divine whispers that guide the fate of ancient Greece. It's a gig that comes with serious clout, but a wild ride of weird rituals. Welcome to a life where you're part mystic, part rock star, all wrapped in a white robe. Delphi's temple is the spiritual hotspot of the ancient world, nicknamed the navel of the world, or Omphalos, for a reason. Kings, generals, and curious farmers trek up Mount Parnassus to hear your cryptic advice. Your predictions shape wars, politics, and even love lives. It's like being the ultimate life coach, but with gods and goats involved. This oracle of Delphi has been the go-to for over 1,000 years, from the 8th century BCE to the 4th century CE. You're part of a mysterious tradition that's half divine, half mind-boggling. People hang on your every word, even when they sound like cosmic riddles. Your life is a mix of epic power and downright bizarre moments, and you're about to live it all. Your life as a Pythia starts in a cozy little town called Delphi, tucked snugly between the craggy slopes of Mount Parnassus. Everyone around you buzzes with stories about the temple of Apollo, and as a kid, you're hooked on tales of the Pythia, the woman who chats with gods. You daydream about being her, whispering divine secrets while the world listens in awe. It's like imagining yourself as a superhero, but with a sacred vibe. By age 11, your life takes a wild turn when you're whisked away to live at the temple, kicking off your training to become a priestess. You dive into lessons on history, geography, politics, philosophy, and even art, soaking up knowledge to handle questions from all over Greece. It's like cramming for the ultimate quiz show, except the stakes are divine. You also learn purification rituals and how to get your mind ready to serve Apollo, which feels like prepping for a cosmic job interview. When the current Pythia retires or passes on, you're picked from a group of local priestesses to take her place. And it's not about wealth or status. The temple wants someone pure, with a knack for slipping into a trance, a talent not everyone's got. Early on, Pythias were young maidens, but after a scandal where one got kidnapped, they switched to women over 50, though you still rock a youthful maiden's outfit. It's like dressing up as your younger self for the world's strangest roleplay. Once chosen, you wave goodbye to family and personal duties, committing fully to your role as Pythia. It's a massive honor, like being handed the keys to a sacred kingdom, but it comes with a heavy dose of responsibility. You're thrilled to be the one speaking for Apollo, yet nervous about the weight of a job where every word could change lives. This is your new reality, and it's as epic as it is intimidating. You kick off each day at dawn, as the first rays of sunlight sneak through the window of your private quarters in the temple of Apollo. Slipping into a simple white dress that screams purity, you top it with a purple veil, the color of gods and kings, and a laurel wreath that says, "You're tight with Apollo." Breakfast? Forget it. You fast all morning to keep your mind sharp and make Apollo happy. No bacon and eggs for this divine gig. Your morning routine takes you to the Castalian Spring, a crystal-clear stream trickling down Mount Parnassus, where you bathe to cleanse both body and soul. This isn't just a quick dip, it's a sacred ritual to prep you for the day's holy work. Afterward, you stroll to the temple's garden, sitting quietly to meditate and get your head in the game. It's like yoga, but with a side of divine responsibility. On prophecy days, which hit once a month for 9 months a year, you level up with extra purification rituals. You sip water from the Counsel spring, believed to link you straight to the gods. Before heading to the Ethylene, the temple's creepy underground chamber, priests bring out a goat and sprinkle it with holy water. If the goat shakes like it's got the jitters, you're good to prophesy. If it just stands there, everyone's stuck waiting another month. Inside the Ethylene, you settle onto a wobbly tripod stool above a crack in the earth, your so-called throne. You breathe in strange sweet vapors rising from the ground, possibly ethylene gas that makes you feel like you're floating on a cloud. In this trance, you spout words you believe are Apollo's, though sometimes it feels like you're just mumbling nonsense. Your cryptic prophecies, like "wooden walls will save Athens," sound like riddles that leave people scratching their heads. Male priests outside jot down your words, turning your mystical ramblings into something resembling advice, often leaving questioners more confused than enlightened. Each session lasts 1 to 2 hours, and you might grind through 4 in a day, which is absolutely exhausting. By the end, you're so wiped out, you might need a week to recover from the gas and mental strain. You wrap up prophecy days with a quiet prayer, thanking Apollo for guiding you through the chaos. Your evenings are low-key, spent in a modest but comfy part of the temple provided by the state. Dinner is simple. Think bread, olives, and fruit, keeping with your pure, no-frills lifestyle. No wild parties or gourmet feasts here. It's all about staying holy. For fun, you might catch glimpses of the Pythian Games, a massive festival like the Olympics, or dive into books and writing since your job demands a sharp mind. Life at the temple can feel lonely, though. You don't have close friends or family to chat with, and you're not allowed to wander far from the temple grounds, like you're Apollo's prized possession. Rumors of wars, politics, or VIPs coming to consult you keep you connected to the outside world. You're proud to serve, but the pressure is real. Everyone expects miracles, and nobody gets how wild your days truly are. Your role as a Pythia is to deliver prophecies that shape the big stuff, like founding new colonies, predicting war outcomes, guiding political reforms, or even sorting out someone's personal drama. The locals from Delphi get first dibs on your wisdom, followed by other Greeks, and then foreigners from far-off places like Sicily or Egypt. You're the go-to oracle for everyone, a divine hotline for life's toughest questions. It's like running a cosmic advice column, but with way higher stakes. You rub elbows with history's heavyweights, like Lycurgus, who quizzes you on laws to shape Sparta's hardcore society. Solon from Athens drops by, desperate for political fixes to save his chaotic city. Croesus, the filthy rich king of Lydia, asks if he should invade Persia, and you hit him with, "If you cross the Halys River, a great empire will fall." Spoiler, it's his own empire that crashes. Alexander the Great swings through, seeking a thumbs up for his world-conquering dreams, and you give his ambitions a divine nod. Even Roman emperors seek your counsel. Nero, obsessed with winning competitions, asks if he's the best, and you dodge his ego with a slick, diplomatic answer to keep him chill. Hadrian wants tips on running the Roman Empire, and you drop profound advice like a seasoned strategist. Your words carry weight, putting you on par with kings and leaders, a rare power for a woman in ancient Greece, where most ladies are sidelined. This power comes with perks. You're exempt from taxes, own property, and get invites to public events, basically living like a VIP. The state pays you a salary, and you might even score a golden crown, the kind of bling heroes get. But it's not all glory. You've got to keep mum about the visions you see in your trance, no spilling the divine tea, and one wrong prophecy could trigger a war or ruin lives. You're not just a prophet. You're the hub of an ancient knowledge economy, soaking up and sharing info from across the world. Kings, merchants, and philosophers feed you details, and you weave them into your cryptic advice. Think of yourself as a mystical consultant, guiding the era's biggest decisions with a mix of divine insight and sharp wits. Your role is epic, but it's a tightrope walk where every word counts. Your time as a Pythia is marked by some jaw-dropping moments that echo through history. Take the scandal with Pythia Periala, who got bribed by a guy named Cobon to swing a prophecy for Cleomenes I. Her fake oracle got her booted from the temple, a reminder that even divine gigs have drama. Then there's the earthquake in 373 BCE that choked off the mystic gas from the earth's crack, dimming the oracle's spark, like someone unplugged your divine Wi-Fi. Your prophecies make history, like the cryptic wooden walls line you gave Athens before the Battle of Salamis. It baffled everyone, but led to their victory over Persia by pointing to their wooden ships. Croesus, that rich king of Lydia, got one of your most famous riddles, a prophecy so tricky it led him to his own downfall. And when Julian the Apostate sent an envoy in the 4th century CE, you eerily foresaw the oracle's own fade-out, like predicting the end of your own show. Under Roman rule, emperors leaned on your oracle to prop up their power, but your influence wasn't what it used to be. Still, you see endless streams of pilgrims from all corners, hauling gifts to win your divine advice. Their offerings make the Temple of Delphi one of Greece's richest spots, with treasures and bronze statues lining the sacred way to honor your fame. You hear whispers of these glittering tributes, but also the skeptics who roll their eyes, calling you a glorified actor in a sacred play. Your prophecies might just be the result of huffing ethylene gas from a crack in the earth, a substance that hits you like a strong shot of booze, making your head spin. Modern science backs this up, finding traces of hydrocarbon gases under the Temple of Apollo, proving you're not just making it all up. And get this, before you prophesy, priests sprinkle water on a goat to see if it shivers. A bizarre test to check if Apollo's in the mood. Who comes up with these ideas? Here's a wild twist. You're a female priestess, yet other women are banned from the sanctuary, a head-scratching rule that makes no sense. You've been stuck living at the temple since age 11, missing out on childhood games and carefree days. Plus, you're sworn to stay single forever, no family or kids, just you and your divine duties. The gas you inhale can sometimes send you into a frenzy, so intense it might kill you within days, a terrifying job hazard. The name Pythia comes from Pythian, meaning to rot, because Apollo supposedly killed a serpent at Delphi, leaving its corpse to stink up the place. Before your time, people thought prophecies came from a laurel tree, like some magical fairy tale. Your oracle sways huge decisions like starting colonies or wars, but your vague words often lead to epic mix-ups. You're one of the most powerful women in the ancient world, yet your life is a lonely grind of isolation and strict rules. Delphi's hailed as the navel of the world in Greek myths, but you're just a tiny piece of that grand puzzle. Even after the oracle fades, Delphi draws millions of tourists today, keeping your legacy alive. You've heard of epic prophecies, like the one about Oedipus, though you didn't deliver it yourself. Some folks whisper that the male priests are the real masterminds, rigging your words like sneaky directors. Still, you're convinced you're channeling Apollo, or maybe that's just the Ethylene talking. You've seen pilgrims line up for hours along the sacred way, desperate for a glimpse of your wisdom. Your prophecies can rewrite history, but you're left guessing their outcomes. You know of past Pythias, some legends, others forgotten, and you feel the pressure to keep the oracle's rep shining, even when you secretly crave a normal life. Your life as a Pythia blends raw power, deep mystery, and serious sacrifice. You're one of the most influential women in ancient Greece, but it comes at the cost of a solitary existence, cut off from the simple joys others take for granted. The Temple of Delphi and your oracle have left an indelible mark, steering Greek history through wars and political shake-ups. It's a legacy that's as awe-inspiring as it is intense. Even though the oracle eventually faded, the Pythia's story remains a vital thread in humanity's tapestry. Your impact isn't just in the cryptic prophecies you delivered, but in the strength and devotion you poured into every trance. You've shaped the world in ways most can only dream of, all while navigating a life of divine highs and lonely lows. So, what do you think of the Pythia's wild ride? Would you trade your modern life for a shot at this mysterious, risky gig? Or are you happy making decisions without sniffing toxic gas?